All right, so welcome. Let's get going. Market open stream. We got about 10, 12 minutes before market open. So let's get on here and see if we can set up some trades going into market open based on option trades. All I have on the screen now is just a ribbon that I use in my coaching. So I have the SMA 20 ribbon. I also have these volume areas where there's high like buy side demand, or there's sell side right? Basically selling off, sometimes picking up as support. So I got just that on my screen with RSI. And I'm just going to look through a few of these. So first off, I'm just going to go to SPY real quick on the bigger screen. So we can pinpoint areas to play this to the upside or downside. Always good to plan out both sides, right? So welcome to the stream. Hope everyone's having a good morning so far. Just a few little news pieces this morning. Silver is down quite a bit. Gold is down quite a bit. Silver's down at 20%. It was overnight, and then we also have crypto falling off as well at the moment. So we have crypto that just continues to drop off. There's huge risk there for liquidation on some of those big names, especially MicroStrategy. There's always out in the social media right now people discussing liquidation, that he may be liquidated if Bitcoin gets to like 25K or something. So there's some risk behind liquidation in potential, these institution positions. So there's that risk that goes with Bitcoin, and we could get a huge drop and then it start picking up, and that's where we can grab some positions to play Bitcoin on the reversal. Trump is live. Oh goodness, that's just fantastic. I know that he has a 7 p.m. TV, I believe, a presentation or like conference or whatever at 7 p.m. tonight. Hopefully that's not about war or something, because that would just make things worse. So I'm going to look at SPY here. So I got two levels that I put on here since yesterday, and that is 680.15. And I got that level from this level from here. So I got it from this support bounce from was that 2 weeks ago? So that's from the 2nd of January. It lost that area but regained it right here. So we got some demand once we get back above that area, but we also got this low here that was formed on the 21st of January, right? So we got that low of 676. There's some volume there that we could see some pickup if we decide to go down to that area today and start moving off there again. So I will be looking to basically lose this area. So this 680, actually it's 680.32, lose that area, 2-minute candle close below it, take this down, nuke it down to this area here, which is about $3 or $4 lower, right? As a target. Once we lose that support, we go down to this support as a target. And then we see what we can do. Either we play a reversal there, or we play more downside if it slices right through that line. That would just be max continuation once we get through there, right? So just if more red candles show up, more selling, and it just keeps slicing right through supports, then you just look for continuation, raise up your stop, protect your profits, and see what the max profit you can get out of this trade. So I will be looking for that. And that will be a slice through 680.32. Now we could bounce there as well. So I will be looking for either a loss of this 680.32 or a strong bounce from there to play call side on the reversal for the day. So there is those two areas I will be looking at, and I'm going to put what contracts I like based on that, right? So let's make this a little cleaner on SPY. So let me put this nice and cleanly here on this box. So we either lose that area, and ideally for options, we would like to see this lose this area, and then even retest would be better, and then play it down to this as a target point. If we don't get that and it just continues to sell off, we can load into that extreme sell off to the sell side. We can just, you know, grab into that if we like to, and just put a stop in place to protect yourself. If we bounce from here and we bounce back up, then I will be looking for a trade towards, let's have a look here what we got. Put a few little support and resistance levels here. So I'd be looking to play this up to 685 and then 688 if we get a strong enough continuation bounce towards here as a second target, right? So we got these levels. What contracts would I take? I'm going to pick for tomorrow's expiration. So we lose 680, right? So lose 680.32. 2-minute candle close under, and I will take 678 puts for tomorrow's expiration. So February 6th expiration. That's what I'll be looking to take. Everyone's got a personal preference with taking profit, so I'll leave that up to you. That's totally up to you. Once we get in our entry and we start making good profits, totally up to you where you want to start trimming your position or raise your stop up or take your full profit. That's totally up to you. I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm just going to give you the levels that I like. Now, if we get a bounce off 680.32, so we start to build up, right? We start to get that buy side volume comes back in. Inflow. Then I will look to take I get like 682 calls for the same expiration. So that's why I'll be looking for. Just keep it simple. We lose that, or we bounce off that and we start moving back up. These are my target points, 685. I got $2 out of the money. That's just, I don't want to go too far out of the money with my contracts. Even if we get up here and up here, these will be, you know, really good in the money, right? These contracts will be. And even right here, if we get the 678 put and we get down to that 676, we're going to be in the money. They're going to be printing no matter what anyways. So let me see. Is National Prayer Breakfast, TikTok, PBS News, bro? Please speak it slow. Knowing, I'm sorry, Elon Musk. I should have known that from the very beginning. So if you're in option trades, we're playing calls and puts. That's what we're doing with this trade, right? So we're either losing 680.32 or we're bouncing off that support level. And I got these levels from previous price action over the last, say, 2 weeks or so. That's where I got the targets from. A resistance from previous price action lines up pretty well, and those will be our targets to the upside. Same thing with the downside. Show these things. Yeah, that's good. Let me check the comments over here. We're good to go there. So that will be SPY. I want to go to Google because Google had a bad reaction with earnings. They're down 6%. It bounced pretty heavy off this level. So this will be this got a volume shelf right here. So a nice bounce off this level. So that would be the level that I would look for us to lose to play more downside. So look to lose this volume shelf and then play more downside. And that would be about, let's see what that is, about 310. If we lose about 310, then I would look to play this down to probably 305, 300, something like that, and play the put side down there. Let me look at the call side. So the calls, let's say, what is that? Above 317 for calls and below 310 for puts. And with Google, they're weekly contracts, right? So there'll be tomorrow's expiration, Friday's expiration, the 6th. And we will look to lose this and play it down, or we regain this, which will be above the SMA ribbon, which turns the chart bullish, and we start to play it back to about 320, 325, if we can get above 317. So I'm going to write that here for Google. Above 317, play like 320 or 325 calls, February 6th expiration. I'm trying to get this out before we hit that bell in just 1 minute. Below 310. I look to play 305 or 300 puts for February 6th expiration. That will be the same thing on a 2-minute time frame. Once we lose those areas, then I'll be looking to take the puts. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you where to target. That's totally up to you on your personal plan. Where you want to take profit, where you want to stop out, where you want to start trimming. That is what you kind of learn in the coaching side sessions. For the free side, I'm just going to give you like the levels, and then once we hit those levels, totally up to you where you want to start taking profits and where you should stick that stop loss in place. Thank you for that, Pooks. Everyone ready? We got, markets open. Everyone ready for it? If you're not ready, just sit on your hands for now until you feel ready. When you feel ready to go and prepared, then we can get into it. So under 310 is our entry for Google puts. And I'm going to stick on here too. I'm going to have 2 charts on here. One is going to be Google at the top because we talked about it. And the other one's going to be SPY at the bottom. Actually, you know what? Let me just go to SPY real quick because I don't see that it saved that. So I'm going to copy this real quick, put it in the chat. And then I'm going to put Google also in the chat so that we can see both sides, both screenshots there. There's a screenshot. Top one is SPY. So we're losing it already. On Google, we lost 310. Sorry, my bad with the glitch. Yeah, there's a thank you for the YouTube. So let's see what happens with Google. Now, we dropped under that 310. Ideally, we drop under that 310. That candle's closed down there. And if you miss that first move, now we're going to look for a rejection at that level and drop from there, right? So that's what I'm going to look for. If you miss the first drop, because that was pretty quickly, that candle. Now we look for a retest and then a drop off there, and then that can be a re-entry to those Google puts. Now, just looking at the ribbon, which SMA 20 Just simple, very simple stuff. SMA 20 close is the green line, and the SMA 20 low is the bottom line. They're going to guide us on bullish or bearish sentiment over on the chart. And then the RSI as well is very oversold. So very negative on the RSI, very negative on being under the SMA 20, as well as support right here, right? So this is this support here from earnings reaction. So this is a pretty big pivotal point here. We either reject here, start going lower, print on the puts, and we take something like this over here. If we rip right through that again, there's no play active. We wait for this to either break back up to the upside and play calls, or break back down this line again on Google. Let's see what else is going on my top screen. SPY. Let's have a look at SPY. SPY is down to 679. Getting a little bounceroo here, so good to wait like 5-10 minutes after market open. Let's see if this can just kind of shake out a little bit here. Nice reaction on Google. SPY is kind of following up from the belows here as well. So I like this. I like this movement because it's in the middle of the box now. So I'm going to sit here and chill and wait for it to either lose that momentum again, or we start riding that momentum above 317 and we start going back up and for a cause. So I'm just going to sit here and watch this price action in the middle of this area, not take a damn thing until we get back above this red line for calls, or we start to fall right off and drop below this green line. Then I take puts. So I'm not going to take anything. I'm going to sit on my hands right now. We got SPY reacting really nicely off 678. It's up a couple of dollars from there. Google's trying to react. What else we got here? Oh, Tesla's below 400. Whew. Not good for them. So I like this. Let's see. CISS had a nice push. That one's a recent reverse split. You know how those go, Pookie. Recent reverse split, low float, bring out some fluff news, rip that thing up. You can make money on that momentum, and then they're going to hit us with probably an offering. So that's when you don't want to be in it. When there's an offering in a stock, you don't want to be in it, but you can ride that momentum as scalping, day trading until that kind of falls off. Then you get out and move on. But we all know with that kind of name, but this is a low float, and CISS has momentum, still. SPY's looking a little weak here compared with Google right here on the bounce. Under 680, under 6, oh, SPY just got, SPY got pulled back up. Under 680 is what my level for SPY to take puts. 680 is VWAP. That's why I want to lose. And if I get into any of these trades, I'm going to let you guys know right off the bat what ones I take. Pure speculation. Let's see what that one's at now. 220. If you follow the watch list channel in the Discord, that's where you get all the juicy stuff. If you're on socials, you're not going to get all of that. You know, you're going to get the watch list trades, of course. But if you want the extra little bonus trades throughout the day, I don't spend all my time on socials, just like throughout the day, little bits and pieces. But if you want the extra sauce, the extra juice, then you're going to get it in the Discord on in the watch list channel, because that's where you're going to get the extra little plays that I'm looking for, breakout plays that I see during the day, maybe in the middle of the day or the afternoon power hour. I'm going to add that to the watch list channel. And I don't really post anything like that on social. So be on the lookout. Join the Discord. get the extra stuff. Why not? It's free. Let's go here. So nice push back up on Google. I'm not going to jump in right on this candle. But it does look very good. SPY looks very good too. Do you remember our SPY levels that we're looking for? A bounce off 680.42 was that level. Now we're up to 682. I think this turns full bullish once we get over 682, like 25. If we can get over that and hold above that level, I think this really starts pumping. Oh, Google's looking good here too. Everything's reversing at the moment. Intel calls good stuff. So which one do you get into at this point, right? So I could put side by side here. This is SPY, and this is Google. They're both having nice bounces at the moment. Continuation for SPY, I would just say let's get above that level next. Get above 683.22, then we have some room to potentially go up to this 685, 686 that we're talking about, and then up to as high as maybe 687. So continuation would be sweet if we can get through, this, start making our way up, start breaking these levels, and just look for continuation with a stop loss just following up behind price action in your calls, so you don't take any losses at that point. So Google's looking good here for a reversal. Look at the buy side volume. That also tells a very good story here. It was very oversold on the RSI. Now it's all the way up to 67 on the RSI. Very nice bounce here. Look at that inflow of volume coming in on Google, and the 5 minute looks real nice as well. And if you just zoom out, you can also see it just holds that area on the 5 minute. That candle closed way up here and bounce right on that level again from yesterday's earnings. So just looking at previous days levels will really, really help you on your planning. So at this point, those calls, the way to go. And then you would look to aim for about, what are we up to now? 324. So now we're near up to that 325, nearly, I would aim for 330 if that can continue, that kind of volume that we're seeing. Oh, 10 a.m. All right, we wait for that in 20 minutes. So you can see the volume shelves up here, not much volume. So we can aim for, this could definitely get to 330. We just need that continuation on volume here. And I'm going to put that level there in place as support. Even if it decides to reset a little bit here and it's not going to just fall down, then even down to retest this line and start bouncing off this line is good as well. So I would like to see it hold 321, even if it comes down a little bit here. SPY's having more of a harder time. But these charts are looking more bullish. We got these bull signals on the SMA 20 ribbon, right? The ribbon price actions above it. So we are looking neutral to bullish on this chart at the moment on SPY. RSI is above 50, looks good. Google's as well. It's a little bit overbought now. It's towards the top of the RSI on the 3-minute, but still very good volume above the SMA 20. We got a buy signal on this candle here. And from there, we ripped. Look at my positions too. So just look for those two to continue right now. We're up to 683 on SPY. If we can break through that 683.22, then we have some room to get to that 685 to 686. It's not a hard job to do. It was up there pre-market until 7 a.m. and then it dropped off down lower. So that for me, if we can get through 683.22, we have some room to start moving back towards where it was, right? And about 7 a.m. So 686 to 687 could be on the cards here. Just needs to get through this area. Watch list trade, KELYB. This is Kelly Services, one that ripped pre-market. I saw a bunch of nonsense. I don't know what was going on with this, but I was just looking at momentum this morning. And if you followed that watch list trade, above $60.50 was the entry. We're up to 91 on KELYB. So that is 50% returns right now from the beginning where we broke above our breakout zone, which is $60.50, and where it halted now at 91.78. You are up over 50% in about, what's that, 15, 20 minutes. And that's why for the watch list trades, I look for a breakout. I don't look for, oh, it's a pullback, it's a great gift, let me buy here, it's discounted. No. Momentum's lost in those watch list trades. I stay away from them. If there's no volume, I stay away from them. If we don't break out, I stay away from them. So that one was a huge breakout above VWAP and above the SMA 20 and just ripped up to 91. So the good stuff there. SPY's looking a little weak here. We got a little weakness at that level. Google's pulling back a little bit. Let me see. I'm going to queue up something here. Google, let's see Google, what we got here for Google. Option trades, February 6th. Queue up a few things here. Just have to be a little patient. Queue up this. Queue up. Just look at Google. Man, a lot of these names are getting smashed to pieces. A lot of these software names continue down. Netflix is trying to bottom a little bit, but you know that could easily go south again. Snapchat is down 6% on pretty good earnings, but still they don't care. They downgraded. So I'm looking at Google here, either for the bounce off the green line for calls to go higher, to find a new high of day, or we lose that green line and I take some puts down. So that is my pivot point right here, orange. I'm going to put it in orange right here. And if you don't you're like, what is this guy talking about? We'll come across the coaching. Swing and Ball has option coaching as well. If you want to get more involved in options, selling options, which are highly more profitable and better outcomes, you can join Swing and Ball's option coaching as well. For me, it's more swing day trading with just a strategy that works consistently. Even if you stop out a couple of percent, you're most likely to be nice and green. You know, and even if you got a few trades, you're most likely to maybe you stop out one, but the rest you're going to gain, and that loss won't be there at the end of the week or be the end of the month, because the strategy is there to either protect yourself to the downside or look for continuation to the upside and play as high as possible. As long as the strategy, the SMA 20, continues to be bullish on the chart, we can try to get as much as we can out of it. But any news, like, you know, there's also risk behind swing trading, because say you bought something yesterday, it set up real nice on your screener, on your chart, fundamentals, everything's good. Then some news hit overnight. That can totally change the whole dynamic of that setup. So that's kind of what environment we're in. But with these little tools, they can help you out to find the better ones, the better picks that maybe not going to get hit by that news, by that volatility. So I'm looking at Google. It's just chilling on that orange line. SPY is still finding it hard to get through 683.22 for continuation on calls. Let's see if it breaks out now. It's trying to break that red line. Google is trying to hold the orange now. If we can hold the orange and start pushing here, then the calls towards maybe 330 would be my level for calls continuation. We got some more buying here at this level. Yeah, well, Snap, it reacted good to earnings. I mean, it bounced up about what did it bounce 6-7%, and then it dropped off, and then it bounced 6-7% overnight, and then now you see the true colors that we're seeing a lot more drop in Snapchat, maybe to all-time lows, which is around 490. We were discussing that yesterday. We'll see what happens there. Let's see if I can. So let's have a look. The SPY is trying to drop down here. I'm queuing up, And I'll let you know when I jump into them. I'm still looking at Google and still looking at Google for potential drop of that orange line or a bounce. It's kind of flat right now, so I'm not going to do anything about it. I made plenty of bad plays. You'll pick it up from here. Let me see. Make sure. Yeah, I had good results. Snapchat is just they're building on subscriptions base. They're profitable in this quarter, but it all depends. I think they're guided a little bit lower than what the street wanted. Let's zoom into Google's chart here a little bit. And you know, JWAG, at least you stopped out. You didn't stay in, hoping for something else to, hoping that and praying that it was going to turn around. At least you stopped out. You had that follow through. Anyone have any questions, any charts you guys want me to look at? Why I'm just letting this play out? I've got Google on my left and I got SPY on my right. SPY's looking more bearish now. We got 3 candles here, red candles. Now let's put VWAP on here. Let me see where VWAP is. Let me put VWAP. It's kind of sitting right on VWAP right now. So it's SPY still holding. I wouldn't say it's bearish yet. But we are losing. We are losing VWAP now. So it's looking to turn more bearish here. We got a bearish signal on the ribbon sitting right on top of VWAP. So a close of this candle under here would turn this chart more bearish. RSI would be under 50, and then we can potentially play downside down on that one. Now Google's just sitting here, so I think we're either going to get this is a setup for a nice rip up here, or it's going to lose this orange line, and we're going to see a nice trade to the downside. And I'm going to queue up 320 puts. That's what I'm going to queue up right now. If we lose that orange line, that's what I'm going to go with. They can move very fast. But with volatility, you can make some really, really good gains with that. That's what we want to see. Actually, I can probably go 315 a lot cheaper. 315 is a lot cheaper. All right. It's sitting right on that line now. That's also a volume shelf right here. That orange line, it lines up really well with that volume shelf here. And yesterday I cut my I cut my SPY put when I should have just looked at a little bit bigger of the picture on SPY, because that dropped off so much yesterday, and instead of taking a loss, I could have been up quite a bit. So I should have zoomed out a little bit on that one. So SPY is losing VWAP. We lost the ribbon. This is now a signal. More selling coming in. RSI is below 50. What does that tell us? Anyone know? Google looks like a better chart here. It's trying to hold. Market's turning. Yeah, it's been turning red. It's been turning red. Google's still holding that level. That's nice. It's more of a better setup here on Google if it holds and starts pushing here. Red, red, red. Yeah, red, red, red. And Palantir, let's see what Palantir is doing. Palantir's new low of day. If you're still in that Kelly Services, it halted at now 109 a share. That one's super volatile and high risk on that one for sure, just because it halts so many times along the way already. You don't want to get stuck in a halt and then it just drop right off once it unholds. So this one's tough, but if you able to scalp and have that in place, maybe some hotkeys in place, you can make some good money on that. Got a feeling the market's going to roll here, but let's see. You say 2 minutes, we got some news, some data. Let's see what that, it looks like it's setting up for downside move. And I'm going to queue up those 315 puts Google for tomorrow. Take one contract. Let me bring that up here. How did it go? Okay. I'm grabbing one contract here, 315 puts, Google, 272. I'm gonna have enough to put one more contract, but I'm gonna buy one contract, Google, 315. We may get, let's see what happens with this candle. We're gonna be met with volatility all day. But I got here 315. And that is for February 6th. 272. That's my one contract. And then I'm going to have enough to buy one more if need be. Put it in the chat what I bought. SPY is rolling over right here. So we got SPY under VWAP, SPY under the SMA 20, sell side volume. So SPY is not looking the greatest at this moment. SPY dropping off. And we can put that low in place as well. Let's put a little box there. This is the low of day. Up to $3 a contract on those puts. They're up in good profit right now, 305. Don't forget we got in at 272. That's over 10% profit. $310 a contract. 313, 315. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. There we go. And we just waited for this to drop off. SPY is now retracing down to low of day. Overall, Google is still bullish above the SMA 20, but I like this pivot of the volume here. And once we lost that, I took that trade. So 315 a contract on those 315 puts. So over 10% easy there. 325. I can't trim my one position, so I'm just going to show you how it can be done, how easy the trade can be planned out. And I'm just going to stick that stop loss in place at break even. So even if if it bumps back up, I stop at break even. It's just to show what we can do, how we can help you here. So SPY is now retracing to the low of day, getting a little bit of volume right at the low of day. So we see if that decides to break through or we bounce here. And I would assume Google would bounce along with it. So we'll see. Right now, it would be a little bit under. Yeah, it's in the 290s now. 290. Oh, it's about 3 now. Maybe a little bit of a spread there. What's the Q's doing over here? Q's down there too. Q's rolled over a little bit. Q's is also low of day is here for the Q's. That's weird. They're showing 320 right now. I can sell those 315 contracts for 320. 315 is the bid. Right now. 315, 320 is the bid. This is Robinhood. I'm on Google L. You may be on a different one, which it's still going to follow the same trend if you're on the Goog without the L. So now it's up to, there's still about three. They're getting a lot of bounce off the ribbon. Let's see if we can totally lose the ribbon here and just max out Google's profits on the put side. Maybe we get about 20-30%. It's close to totally breaking down, but it's holding the ribbon. So it's not all, the bulls have not lost control until we lose this ribbon and everything starts to shift real bearish in the chart. QQQ over here it's trying to hold low of day as well. So it's good to have them side by side. Up to 320 a contract again. So there's plenty of time for you to take profit in Google from our entry. 330, 335, 340 a contract. It's like I'm at an auction here. Up 25% from our entry now. Now it's been real nice to us. 345 a contract. So I got that one contract and I'm trying to max out as much as I can here. Or I get stopped out at break even. So let's see. Let's see. It's not going to end my trading career if I stop out at break even. 1 or 2 minute here, yeah. Let's see if we get a full nuke. Come on, let's full nuke Google down to low of day. Come on. What do I need to do here? Do I need to put an anchor down there? I've done that before. A magnet. Let's put a magnet down there and see if we can this can start moving towards this line here. Here we go. Come on down. That's a very good trading tool too, guys. Just put the little magnet on your trading view. That also can help bring the price in that direction. All right, 360 a contract. 360. We got 360 on the cards right there. 360, 355. Yeah, silver's like a pump and dump penny stock. All right, Google's still coming down. Do I take profit, guys? What should I do? It's at 355 now, contract. What should I do? Give me some guidance. If Qs lose this low of day, I think it gets nasty. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna make this bigger too, a bigger magnet on the screen. Let's have some fun. Took profit at 360. Congrats, Paul. No diamond hands till 4. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do the same, right? But I'm also gonna have my stop at break even. So we're gonna leave this trading session with nothing but no losses, or the full profit we're looking for, the 4+ on those contracts, or the greediness. What one gets hit first? Yeah, SPY puts are looking good as well. Yeah, we're close to losing low of day. I don't know if SPY has lost low of day. Let's have a look at that. Oh yeah, SPY lost the low of day. So SPY is looking way bearish. It lost this low from market open. So looking real nasty on SPY at this moment. Google's got some buying pressure here. So look out. And Qs are trying to hold the low here. So Qs are looking better than the S&P. Google's bouncing. That's exactly why you're not greedy in trading, especially option trading. You're up 30% there, and now it's sucked all the way back down to entry or close to entry. It's about $3 a contract again. So you just lost 20% gains on that little green candle. So it's teaches you not to be greedy in this environment. Right? So all right, we may be lucky on this candle. We're up to, again, 345 a contract, 350 a contract. And I'm going to get out here in like 10 minutes. I'm going to get out a little bit early. We got a successful trade. If you want more like this, more planning, more help, it's all about building over the year. It's not about building it in one day or a couple of days. There's no need to rush. Join the coaching, and then let us help you build a structured plan around your trading with a strategy. Stick to the strategy on everything you do, and you will see much better consistency in your trading. It doesn't matter if the market's red. Doesn't matter if things are dropping off. We can still make money in that environment. So the coaching in the Discord, there's a link in the chat. There's let me put a link in on socials. Let me see here. Put a link there. Just click the link, sign up. My actual coaching stream starts at 11 a.m. today, Eastern, 11 a.m. Eastern. Give us a try. It's under $40. Probably make that back in one trade anyways for the month. So there's the coaching in on socials. I put it in the comments, and then also here in the chat. Okay, Qs have lost that low of day. looking nasty. 1.5% down today, Qs are. That's real ugly. It's an ugly day. We lost that, so I'm gonna get rid of that line there. So as long as we stay under, this is a volume shelf to the sell side now. As long as we stay under it, we can continue to print down on Google. I'm going to put this level here in place too as a target point, because that's a support from pre-market and a little bit of volume there. So I'm going to put that in place as the next target. I've got to move my magnet up. So those puts are, let's see what they're at now. 360, 360. Qs have lost the plot. There's no way back for Qs yet. Just sell side volume. RSI is very oversold though on the 2-minute. Let's see what on the 5-minute. 5 minutes still very oversold, but very clean break, right? We want to see clean breaks with few confirmations to give us an easier ride in the trade, right? Look at that. Q's looking real bad. Still Google's holding up. $370 a contract. About 40%, 35 to 40% from our entry now. Just like that. Was that hard to do? I'm gonna take my profit in that one contract now. I'm good, guys. I'm gonna get it filled. 390. I'm gonna try to get it filled. There we go. Filled. 390. Nice move there from 272 entry, a 390 fill on those puts. There's still potential for more downside, maybe in coaching. We can continue this and see if we can make a little bit extra in the coaching today at 11 o'clock. That was a good trade. I'm not going to be greedy and try to go to 4-4. It looks like it's getting a little bit bought up here, so I'm glad I sold there, but there could be more potential for these levels down here. So, you know, when I get off the stream, doesn't mean the trade's ended. If it continues to move down, then these would be my target points to aim for, right? This one and this one. But we're getting a little bit of a pop now, so maybe I exited at the right time. Look at that. So on that note, I'm going to jump on out of here. I've been here for a little bit of time now, so I'm going to jump on out of here. Click on the coach and get signed up if you want to join me. It's at 11 a.m. Eastern. And I will be here again next week to trade some of these blue chips, some of these index on the option side. All right. So see you guys in the stream in about 45 minutes. Bye for now.